And welcome back to Hollywood Headliners. Rob Weller here along with Big Andy E. Lots of stuff going on tonight. Next, though, here she is. I'm telling you, this is one of the more versatile people in our business, Andy. She is, you know her as the absolute anchor on HLN Morning Express, but
I wake up with her frequently.
yeah, look what you do in your private time, Andy. It's none of our business. But
Nice.
She is amazing. She's got a ton of talent. I think she is just getting started in terms of being a huge success. Let's say hi to the one and the only Robin Meade. Look at that. Boy, Yeah. Hey, thank you for being with us this evening. I want to talk about you've got a new album out called Count on Me. I want to talk about that in a second, but Andy and I were just chatting here before the show. It has been a incredible news week with the floods in Colorado and then the shooting this week in Washington, D.C. Robin, what does that do? How does that kind of change your normal anchoring agenda for the week?
For me, because I do the mornings, and so I'm on 6 a.m. to most days like noon, so it's a long time.
Yeah, right.
And I'm on the air, but I understand in different day parts and different time zones, it is my job to get people awake and up. And provided there's no horrible breaking news, I know that my job is also to give them a mood enhancement, right? But when there's breaking stories like this, and you don't know. How many people you may have down in terms of that news story,
right?
Then that does change the tone of the day. But I'm of the firm belief that not everybody wants to hear all of the details in the morning, because it's almost like sometimes the news can be so bad that you want to go back to bed. And I know it's my job to kind of get you up and get you on your way, but inform you as well. So I would say that that's how it changes my day as an anchor. Usually I'm very bouncy and happy, in between stories, in terms of, I think the whole human spirit can only take so many bad stories.
Boy,
in a
no
row.
kidding. Yeah, no kidding.
And yeah, so I like to mix them up. But when there's breaking news and you have to talk on and on about that, I'm just highly aware of people getting ready in the morning and probably wanting to go back to bed after hearing so many bad stories. So on a normal day, I'll try not to do that all in a row.
Robin,
you can't help it.
I'm always fascinated with, the bigger the story, it seems like the networks, the news programs capture it pretty quickly in terms of naming it, graphic package, music, the whole thing. Is that sort of the?
That is true. And every, I don't know that we have named as HLN the stories anything particular already, even though it's already been a day out.
I think it's the Navy Yard shootings or something to that effect.
Yeah.
It has music, very sort of Friday Night Lights music and graphics, and go ahead.
Some networks will have like their own composers even.
Right.
I have to be honest, and I don't even know if we do. There's like 4,000 people who work here, so I don't know if someone's over in the corner composing something.
Yeah, right.
I always joked that my favorite news show doesn't exist yet. Other than the one I'm on. But I'm like, if I had my druthers, the perfect news show for me would be to be doing news, but in front of a live studio audience, much like a talk show. But I would be doing the news, running through it like I do now. But instead of paying ASCAP dues for playing popular music, I would actually have a news band.
And you would front that band.
If I said something like Saddam Hussein back in the day, then
right.
Dun, dun, dun,
And you
dun.
could just sing. You could just sing every news story. I mean, it would be great. In fact,
I wouldn't go that far, because that is kind of weird. Like, you don't necessarily
no, it's not weird. It's unique. It's absolutely unique. It would be groundbreaking, Robin.
Kind of like Jimmy Fallon when he does a slow jam.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was watching you sing on the daytime Emmys. You do a lot of singing, and you were just great. But you had to change between every number. It looked like either that, or I saw you over a 10-year period.
Are you saying she was the Lady Gaga of the Daytime Emmy Awards?
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, guys, thanks for watching that. You know what? It's funny. I was honored to help host that with AJ Hammer from HLN,
yeah,
and then Sam Champion from Good Morning America. So we were the three hosts, And then I also got to sing portions of each nominated song that they, that's kind of a new thing this year, that they nominated theme songs if they were something made for that show. So there were 2 songs nominated, and I got to sing both of them. One was by Little Big Town, a country group, and then one was by Sheryl Crow. So, but they said you're going to have 3 to 4 minutes to change between this hosting area and your song with the guitarist. And television time, that's a long time. I'm like, I can bake a cake in that. So my dressing room was very, very far away.
Oh, no way.
So,
no way, seriously?
Yeah. So they're like, go ahead and change. So I go back there. I swear to goodness, I was down to nothing in the bathroom of this hotel room changing, going from what was I going to? I think a short.
I think you started with a long. I think
sparkly gown to a white gown. That's what I was going from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a sparkly gown to a white gown, and I was in nothing, and they said 30 seconds. I was like 30 seconds. So it was either going to be, the bra or the shoes. The bra or the shoes.
Yeah.
So the bra came with. The shoes did not. I actually went out with no shoes on.
Well, now Andy and I, being old producers, we would have suggested the other.
The opposite.
What
it was
the
a white gown. It wasn't going to happen.
That reminds me.
It was going to become the nighttime Emmys really quickly.
Of the
Late
quick
night.
change, you were Miss Ohio, and you were a finalist for Miss America. Did you watch the most recent Miss America this weekend?
Miss New York won.
Again, two years in a row.
You know what? It's funny because I did not make an appointment time to watch it. But I just happened to be at a stage show, a theater show that Barry Manilow produced. And so I was there watching that on Sunday night, and I left right at the intermission so I could get home and get my hiney into bed for morning news.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that when I got home, this is how my household works, we were watching Sunday night's football game. And then someone tweeted me not tweeted, but they texted me that I was actually in Miss America with all those years ago. She was Mrs. Massachusetts. And she was like, girl, I just want to say, you and I could have taken it this year.
Yeah. The competition is still rabid.
Is it on right now?
The competition.
I didn't even know it was on. So,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love. We worked with Mary Hart over at Entertainment Tonight for years, and Mary was Miss South Dakota or North Dakota or Miss Canada, Ottawa, or something. I don't know, but you kind of get it.
I was misbehaving, and then misspoken, and then misinformed.
Yeah, and it's all. And look what it's done for you. It's giving you one heck of a career there, girl. You got to love it. I
was never misdemeanor.
Well, if you ever want to do a show out in L.A., that's the first thing you should do. Miss DWI or DU or whatever it is, driving under the influence, DUI. Hey, let's talk about your singing career here a little bit, because your first album, Brand New Day, did really great. Now you've got the new album out, Count on Me, and that has been released. You just released that this summer, right?
I released that over the summer, and
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's strange how even I can tell how much I've grown as a songwriter from the first album to the second album. And this is what I would call country, and I think some people, when they think country, think
Yeah.
or you might think more Americana or country pop. There's so many labels that people will put to country music, and just like any musical genre, there are segments of that genre, and I think a lot of them are represented here. I think there's a little bit for everybody, but for me it was important to write a lot of these songs. So I wrote 7 of the 12.
Wow.
And I was lucky to be joined by such great songwriters. For example, Victoria Shaw produced this album, and she produced my first album too. And she put together a little band named Lady Antebellum. And
I think we've heard of them.
Their first, yeah, you heard of them. Produced their first huge, debut record. And she also wrote a lot of hits for Garth Brooks. So I know I fell into a vat of luck when I got her to produce and write with me.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe it's the other way. Look, let's be honest. You are a national television personality. You're on every day. And it's not just that you're an anchor, Robin. You are a personality. You're a newswoman, but you're also a personality. and that means that you're in a bit of a different category than most of the other news anchors that are roaming the United States of America. And so, she was smart to tag on with you also.
Ruining the United States of America.
Yeah.
I caught that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to throw in like any Mideastern countries or anything, although we're very big in the Mideast on this show. No, you got a lot.
I bet you have a lot of military folks listening.
We
Yeah?
do.
We do 22%. Thank you for asking for our demos, and we're number one in Thailand. But the main thing is, you grew up just outside of Cleveland, which is where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is. It's not the Country Hall of
I did
Fame.
not grow up on country music. No, I grew up on rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you should have pink hair. You should have a big pink hair thing and a couple of tongue studs and something in your nose and all that.
She may well. We just don't know.
Oh, really? Oh, Robin.
You should see what they can do in the makeup room.
I love it. But you just sort of naturally gravitated to the country thing.
It's funny. I did not grow up with country music. I used to only listen growing up to country music when I had to know if school was canceled or not because of a snow day.
Yeah, right.
Country station, that was our particular school district. But when I can remember the date, it was like 1992, maybe 1993, and I was asked to sing for a show, I Feel Lucky, by a lady named Mary Chapin Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, all right, I got to buy the CD, because back then you didn't do downloads. You had to actually buy the entire CD. And when I stuck it in there, she has this beautiful alto voice. She's a great songwriter, and I loved the way I could actually hear the quality of the voice in that genre.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what is this? Man, I like this. And so I thought, well, if this is country music, I like it, and I'm all in. And so that's when I started, listening. So it was back then, even though I didn't grow up with it.
Yeah.
I think mostly I love that you can hear the quality of the voice, and I do love the storytelling.
The storytelling is great, and you're a frickin' natural at this. I mean, you should have a little.
Oh, God, thank
You should have a little straw coming out of your mouth on the side, and
Are you saying Daisy Dukes? What are you?
Yeah.
Where are you going here?
You could do all that. I love your singing. I just personally want to say, and Queen Latifah just premiered yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Robin, I think you should be a syndicated Daily Show host.
Or take over Barbara Walters.
Yeah, something like
she
that.
leaves.
Oh, thank you guys. I love you. You're my new favorite.
Yeah, well, we are, and we want 10%. By the way, we're just saying that right up front. We want 10 off the top, sister.
I cannot figure out. Talking a little shop here.
Yeah.
Daytime television, as far as I can figure out, I can't figure out who the audience is.
Right.
So it's funny because I don't even know. It's the shows that were huge even 10 years ago.
Right.
I don't even know if they would be huge now because I feel like that daytime audience is a changing audience, and I'm not quite sure who that demo is right now or what it is that they're looking for, only because there's so much offered
It's saturated.
by way of internet,
Yeah.
television,
Yeah,
radio,
yeah.
Right.
satellite, subscription. My God, there's even a subscription television channel for your dog.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
No, yes, we did, and we're a little bitter that we didn't get in on it. We'd love to be equity owners. Yeah, but to your point, though, Robin, here's the other thing, though. We have to remember, no matter what the medium, internet, like our show here, cable, like HLN Morning Express with you, doesn't matter. It's still a hit-driven business, and people go to the shows that they like and the people that they like, and people really like you. You can do a serious news story. You can chew the fat with the weather guy on the transition and the segue. You got personality, and you got great looks, and you got great talent. So, to me, if I was over at if I was Jeff Zucker, I'd be shaking in my boots right now, and someone was going to steal you away. When's your contract? So, Rob, we love the new album is called "Count on Me" with Robin Meade, the incredible host of HLN Morning Express. You got to watch her every morning if you don't already. Robin, we loved having you on Hollywood Headliners. When you come out to Hollywood, will you come down to the studio and join us, and we can see if you can change dresses in under 30 seconds?
I love it. I love it. It was great talking to you guys. What a hoot.
Thanks so much.
You're just so good at what you do.
Well,
So,
we try really hard, and you know, let's just hope we never make news on HLN Morning Express, because that would scare us to death. This is Rob Weller. We'll be right back.